subscapularis sub to the scapula. Yes, I'm working. Be serious, Aaron. I'm trying to create good content here. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can hold you. Yeah. So really just promoting some flow, some movement. Nice dynamic stretch. Oh, hey guys, Darcy and Aaron here. I almost called you Ninja then, sorry mate. He's less hair. A bit more hair. Today we're focusing on internal rotators of the shoulder. So if you've got rounding of the shoulder, you're feeling a bit clunky in external rotation, maybe shoulder press is just totally out of the question for you. You just avoid it in the gym. It's more common than what you think. A lot of my clients come in and I ask about their shoulders or they've got a shoulder problem and they just totally avoid doing things like shoulder press or even training their shoulders because of the limitation in their rotation, in their external rotation. How many times do you want to say rotation? May as well add tremendous into this video as well.
Tremendous rotation.
All right guys, so what I'm going to focus on is our 4 internal rotators. So when we're thinking about what's rounding our shoulders or anchoring our glenohumeral joint forward, we've got to think of what's pulling that, and they're our internal rotators. So our subscapularis, our pec major is going to pull the shoulder forward, our lats are internally rotating, and also I'm missing one. Teres major. Sorry, Aaron, there we go. I got it. We're off to a good start here. What I'm going to start with is our pec. So Aaron, let's firstly just test your external rotation passively, see how it feels. Yeah, Aaron's got great range in external rotation. So he's not limited there, but a lot of people might only get to here, or they feel like when they're in the gym, they don't even go there. They just totally avoid it. Aaron's pretty good. That's all right. We are still going to
Funnily enough, like passive felt better than active then.
Active
so maybe I do have some
shit.
tension in the muscles.
Yeah, so a bit clunky. All right, so start off with some wax on our hands. Have a look at this too, Leah. Look at how big our pec is, all right? Where it attaches onto is our sternum, our coracoid process in the front of the shoulder. So what we're gonna do here is actually start, we just actually, like it's a joint mob as much as it is a release of the fascia and the tissues. I'm pushing down into that and trying to create some space. When our shoulders round or shift forward, it closes off the space in our shoulder joint, and that capsule feels really, it can feel really irritated or uncomfortable when we're trying to get our shoulder back or above our head, scratch your head. You know, even just like touch the back of your, the top of your shoulder. So this is a really good one for people that, you know, this resonates with you. Treat this section first, the front of the deltoid, and then we're going to get our other hand and I'm going to sink in, a bit of cold hands. Cold. It's about 6 degrees here in Melbourne.
Cold tit.
Yeah. So yeah, just little grope there for you, mate.
Did like it.
You didn't mind it?
No, I loved how you went over and told everyone about the pec and then you treated the deltoid.
It was more focusing on the insertion. So underneath our deltoid, our pec attaches underneath there. So I actually wanted to offload the tendon, and now we're going to go into the muscle belly here.
This is good as.
I'm working deep to the rib cage. Where you're going to have those fibers attaching and connecting on as well.
Yes.
But yeah, good pickup. Good pickup. A client wouldn't question me.
Nah, sounded fucking awesome. Oh God, sternum's always pretty how you going, isn't it?
Yeah.
Want to have a look?
Want to have a look?
And a bite?
Yeah, no biting.
No biting? You don't like biting, do you?
No. What I'm going to do here to be even more effective with my stroke, I'm quite like pushing quite deep there through the layers, and then we pull that into an external rotation and add some length to there. The shoulder can feel quite compressed or trapped. Sometimes the tissues are struggling to be at length. They don't like being at length. They're in this shortened state because of our postures, because of the way we train, because of our daily habits. So opening up that Can feel really good. I'm going to go into here as well, just a little bit. Come over here, Leo. So our pec minor attaching onto our first, second and third rib is in there, and that feels really fibrotic and really ropey and tense. So pushing into that. It's not an internal rotator, but it is going to round the scapula and elevate the scap. So yeah, when we're trying to like reverse engineer what's pulling our joints into that rounded position, it's good, isn't it? There's plenty in it. Look at him, he's carrying on. Yeah, I can tell. Oh! This guy's definitely contributing to some of Aaron's tension in his shoulder. Maybe that block that he might be feeling. So I'm just using the tips of my fingers.
Oh, geez, you got strong tips.
I used to have blonde tips.
Did you? Yeah. I used to have blonde tips too.
Everyone had blonde tips.
That was cool.
2000s.
I don't reckon Jason would have done blonde tips.
Nah, he wouldn't have done that.
Wouldn't have made it down to Casterton.
Nah.
Ninja?
Nah. No. I reckon you'd want him though.
He wishes.
Oh, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if Ninja had blonde tips.
Yeah. He had his lip ring and his eyebrow ring. And his tongue he had too.
Yeah. Tongue.
He had tongue, yeah.
Good. So just pinning that. Can be quite a lot of trapped nerves in through this area, so it can be quite fiery, hot, sharp compared to the major. So that's really going to help that scapula sit a little bit further back. Where are we going? All right, feeling better already?
Feeling better already.
Now,
this time I'm off it for good.
Now, this is the hidden muscle that a lot of people miss or skip over, or they just don't know how to treat it properly. So I'm coming in with my strong tips and I'm using all 4 fingers just to go slow enough. Jeez, this video is great. Get right in there.
Don't even need to warm him up.
Don't warm him up. Get all 4 in.
4 fingers.
4 fingers deep into. So we're getting in between the space of the ribs and the scapula. That's where our subscap lies. So subscapular is sub to the scapula. Yes, I'm working. Be serious, Aaron. I'm trying to create good content here.
Yes, I'm working. Britt's going to have a field day with this one, isn't she?
She's going to love it. Get all the silly bits out of it.
It's so good.
Yeah. So I've finally got through the layers, and now I'm actually pressing my fingers down and feeling like the bony landmark of that scapula. So I can feel that the scap's there, and it's a pin. And then this hand, Aaron stays really relaxed. A lot of people struggle to relax, and they stay quite guarded. And that can be some of the problem as well, is actually allowing the tissue to melt, to dissolve, to let go. Aaron's really good at that. He's had a lot of treatment.
Ooh.
And it also helps that the therapist goes in a little bit slower and actually allows the tissues to melt and sink in deep to where you need to be connected. And I'm just looking for where maybe that block is. But when we're considering our rotator cuffs, the 4 that I mentioned at the start, our teres, our lat, our subscapularis, our subscap is definitely the strongest and the most dominant of those 3. Even our infraspinatus, our supraspinatus, they're quite small muscles. More often than not, you can strain them or injure your rotator cuff. But our subscap is, definitely the bulkiest, the more brute of the 4. So it takes quite a lot of treatment, or quite a lot of time to actually make a change and be effective and efficient with your strokes. Well, this isn't really a stroke though. This is just more of a pin, hold, and then we're gonna open it up.
Very good.
And I like to replicate, like those that, as I said at the start, those that are struggling to shoulder press, so this movement, I like to replicate that, try and get it back and then move it up. And you can feel that that's going to add some length to that tissue as well. A little bit of a clicking there, so I'm going to change where I'm at and maybe go a little bit slower. Beautiful. And I'm just, like it might not be
super eventful in terms of watching what's going on and trying to create. But yeah, just trying to create some flow in there. All right. What I also like to do is bring the shoulder down, grab the top of the shoulder there, and I can get a good purchase of the scapula using this hand of where the scap is, and I'm sort of like sandwiching that as well. So I'm pushing the back of the scap into my fingertips, all 4 of them, and that's getting a good purchase. I can also get a good feel with my thumb here of where some bony landmarks are in that shoulder, and getting a good feel of what's going on in that shoulder. Aaron's just moaning and groaning.
It's nice.
But yeah, don't skip out on your subscap. It's obviously one of those spots that people don't like being poked or prodded, so you need to be just aware of that as a practitioner. Go in slow, make sure your hands are warm. You can use a towel if you like, but I think actually getting a good feel of it's better than, a towel there.
Golly gosh. Oh, holy moly.
Nice. Now we're going to lie on, let's test that. Let's see how it feels after that. You can see where I've been there, like lots of redness, and how's that feel?
Yeah, loose as
a goose. Grouse. He would be after all 4 fingers. Now let's lie on your side, mate. All right.
What are you going to do now?
Another way to attack his subscap is actually coming here, and you can get in between that space there and have a little bit of a feel. So you can feel a bit of teres major there as well.
Lateral border.
Yeah. So yeah, lateral border of the scap, Aaron's saying. And I'm also having a little feel of where teres major is. So an easy way to think of what internally rotates and what externally rotates for a therapist out there. Sometimes people get challenged with that. I definitely have to think about it twice sometimes. Our majors are internal rotators and our minors are our external rotators. So feeling for his teres major. Just off the border of this scap here. I'm also going to be affecting his lat.
It's good. Yeah, it feels nice and latty.
Yeah.
Latty.
Yeah.
Oh! That feels more teresy.
That's more teresy?
Yeah, I reckon.
Okay, beautiful.
I reckon.
That's definitely
Yuck
such an
would say.
Definitely an Aussie slang, isn't it?
Yuck love that.
I reckon.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can hold you.
Yeah. So really just promoting some flow, some
This
movement.
is nice.
Nice dynamic stretch,
This actually
some abduction.
feels really good.
Just feeling that all the ranges of the shoulder can be moved through this. Aaron's feeling relaxed.
Nice.
And I'm just pinning with my thumb there.
Oh,
Going to come off a little bit further. I'm just trying to find more spots. Aaron's going into a fetal position. Beautiful. All right, one more spot.
what are you doing? What are you
Elbow.
doing? What are you doing?
Into the lat. So I'm going to pin
Holy fruit.
and open up there.
Presbyterian.
Now, Aaron, you're going to reach out towards the wall
Hello, wall.
and up. Don't talk to the wall.
Don't talk to the wall.
Good.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Yep. Beautiful. And I'm just, our lat's a really large muscle, starts right down in our lower back, comes right up into this lateral part of our ribs and inserts under our shoulder. And again, might be one of those ones internally rotating or contributing to the roundness of your shoulder, making it feel clunky and blocked in the gym. Oh, nice.
oh,
All right.
amazing.
So 4 key muscles for you guys as practitioners to look at if your clients are dealing with rounded shoulders.
Cool dynamic techniques you do too.
Just another way of treating. It's always what pops up for you, what you feel like that person needs. Aaron already had a lot of range of motion in his shoulder, so trying to get even more there was something that I wanted to play around with while he was
amazing.
Yeah,
Especially that side lying stuff where my arm was secure on yours and you were doing some of that thumb work. That was amazing.
Yeah, cool. Well, Aaron's going to go back to doing some shoulder press.
Yeah.
Throw on the ball.
150k fast balls, I reckon. Get me into the test series this summer.
Tennis.
Yeah.
All the movements that he wants with his shoulder.
Thanks, Darcy.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.